so on this client's foot here, as you can see, we've got a larger mosaic verruca here. You can see little black dots at the top. We've got another one slightly to the southwest of that verruca here, and then we've got one sitting smaller just underneath there. Now, as you can see, the sit-in skin around it is slightly red, flaking off, and that's because this is not our first treatment. We have done this several times, but that is the nature of a verruca treatment. It can take multiple appointments, but comparing to day one, actually this is fantastic. How do you feel about your feet?
I mean, I'm happy with the way it looks now. It's definitely gotten much better.
All right. And how's the pain level? Because I remember you saying that you felt a lot of pain before when you were walking.
If it was on the first day, it did burn a bit when I was walking.
Yeah.
Other than that, the other days were fine.
Fantastic. So we're going to repeat the same process now. So just antibacterial first. There we go. And I'm going to take away a little bit of the skin that's sitting on top. Okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to repeat the steps as we did last time in terms of like the cryotherapy and the salicylic acid with all the dressings. Okay?
Okay.
If you have any discomforts along the way, just let me know.
Will do.
Okay. So do you remind everyone, how long have you had these verrucas for?
I've had them for about 8 years now.
8 years.
The other two smaller ones have appeared in the last couple months, maybe.
Yeah. And that's when you thought, hey, maybe I should do something about it, huh?
Yes. When it started spreading, it was a bit concerning.
Absolutely. You haven't given it to anyone else in the family, right?
I think I did.
You did?
Yeah, but they got rid of it quite quickly.
Oh, they got lucky. And you've tried over-the-counter remedies before?
Yeah, I used the Verruca.
Yeah.
Verruca, the one where you freeze it.
Yeah.
I tried it. It went away for a little while, but it came back.
Right. And was that on all of them that you tried it on, or was it just
that main one there?
Just the main one there. I'm taking the skin away. How's that feeling so far? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect. Okay. You've been good in doing all the saltwater soaks?
Yeah, I do them every day.
I am very proud.
Thank you.
Okay. It should still be quite comfortable there. Still okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's tilt on this side. This one looks a little better actually. This smaller one is looking great. So some of your skin is quite happy to come away, and there's others that are just like, nope, I want to stay there for a little bit longer. Okay, that is looking fantastic. There's still a very small remnants right here, which might be hard to see, but there's a little small section just in that region where the skin striations I mentioned before, where the skin kind of comes together like this, hasn't fully joined, but it's on the right track.
Okay.
It's much better than the initial period, which is a great sign. And you have far less capillaries even after me debriding the skin that was there, which is excellent.
Yeah, I noticed there was less black dots. So.
Exactly. Do you remember how many you had before?
There's too much to count.
There was a lot, right? Let's pop that one on there. So we're going to start off with the freezing first,
Yep.
as normal. So I'm going to start off with this one first, and then I'll work my way around. Okay. You know what to expect, you know what to feel.
Yes, I do.
How would you describe this?
Cold.
Cold.
Yeah, it burns a bit because it's so cold, but it's okay.
But it warms up pretty quickly, right?
Yes, it does.
So just for the record, our client here is absolutely fantastic at handling the cryotherapy. Some people find it more painful than others. So I'm definitely putting this person in the Hall of Fame of best handled cryotherapy.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. not done. How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
A few more seconds left. So what are you going to do when your verrucas are finally gone? How are you going to celebrate?
Go for a proper walk. I don't really know. But it's just good to have them gone.
Okay. Perfect. Are you doing okay so far?
Yeah, that's fine.
And your torture is now over. Well done. You see the ice around it with how cold it is? You see that one? Perfect. So we're just going to debride that area again and then put the chemical on the inside.
Great.
Do you have any questions for me?
How's your day been?
Oh, okay. Well, it's been really nice, thank you. Should be very excited to be back in the clinic and be able to record again since this whole COVID situation. So, welcome back.
And it's a new room, right?
Yeah, new room, new space, and honestly, we're really happy to be here. What do you think? You've been to both.
Yeah, I prefer this one. It's cozier.
It's cozier, right? I love the lighting in here. It's just fantastic. How's that feeling? You okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So we're just exposing the skin here. And when we expose it, so we have a little bit of blood exposing in that area. But what that's good, because when we put the chemical in it, it really just kind of gets into where it needs to be. Perfect. There we go. What does it feel like?
It's warming up.
It's warming up.
A little bit.
So, as you can imagine, when you're freezing it, your vessels go into what we call vasoconstriction. And as your body realizes it's quite warm, they dilate again, come to the surface, which is why you feel that it's warmer very quickly. Okay. That's one done.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the other side. And because these two are closer, remember how this feels?
Yes.
Amazing. I'm going to tilt the foot slightly out of that. Is that okay for you?
That's fine.
And we'll start off with the bigger one. So what do you do then?
Pardon?
What are you doing at the moment?
At the moment,
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading up on the highway code because I'm about to take my moped lessons, I think. Yes.
That's amazing. Congrats.
Thank you.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm nervous a bit.
Nice. Have you had any lessons whatsoever?
No, I need to study the DVSA thing first
Right.
before I can take it.
Have you read through a few chapters already, or are you just literally starting it now?
I've read through a few already,
Oh, good. Okay.
but I'm a bit lazy to continue.
If anyone's watching and they work, he's not lazy. What he means is he hasn't had time.
Yes.
Oh, bless. Is there anything that surprised you so far or that you weren't aware of?
Not really, no. No.
No, you actually knew quite a lot already?
It's not surprising, it's just, I didn't know it, but it makes sense.
Okay. Do you know all the different crossings and what to expect, etc., and what to do?
Yeah.
Okay, good. How many lessons do you think you're going to need?
At the moment, I have absolutely no clue.
Okay. And I don't know what the new rules and regulations are. Can you take driving lessons at the moment?
I'm not sure.
Because I think now you have to wear like a mask and gloves and
Yeah,
maybe there's like a screen divider.
maybe.
I mean, I remember doing it a very, very, very long time ago. And I passed. I don't have a car. And I still don't drive. And this is 9 years. That's the benefits of working in London. Everything is so walkable. When we're in central London, you don't really need a car. How's that feeling? You okay?
A little bit colder.
Honestly, you did fab. There we go. So what we're going to do is just take away that little intersection while it's frozen.
That's
Okay.
right.
You should feel quite comfortable right now. But again,
Yeah.
if it's uncomfortable, you just let me know, okay? I can change it up for you.
Can't feel anything.
Beautiful. Okay. And do you have a dream car lined up that you want to...
Anything affordable.
Okay. That's pretty cool. That is a nice, responsible answer. I like that.
If it has bills, it'll work.
You know, I always think about the Flintstones. You know how they used to have like these like interesting kind of looking little carts and they would like run around in them.
Yeah.
Thank God that technology has evolved over the years. How do you feel about Teslas and electric cars?
Electric cars, I mean, they're clearly better for the environment.
Correct?
They're more expensive.
True.
Unnecessarily expensive. I mean, what most cars are.
But think about it, like you won't have to spend the same amount for petrol.
It is more efficient.
Mm-hmm. That's where the future's at. Yeah. I just wonder what that means for all these like fast cars and what's going to happen to them. The petrol heads, as they call it. Okay. Okay.
That's fine. I wanted to ask, how many more treatments do you think this would take?
That's a really good question. So, as I mentioned to you before, when it comes to verrucas, because we're treating a virus in the skin, it's very difficult to predict how many appointments that you will need because it all depends on how your immune system deals with each treatment. So what we're doing is trying to trigger an immune response. So your body is tackling it internally while we tackle it externally. Okay? Until we anticipate. So no, that's a very good question. But what I will say is each and every time that I've seen you, you've got better. You haven't sort of stagnated at any point. So I have no doubt that you're one of the faster sets rather than the ones that take too long.
That's good to know.
And the fact that you said to me before you can walk now without feeling discomfort, that's a good sign. Like if you had said to me, look, we've had a couple of treatments and I can still feel pain, then I'd be like, okay, like they're being very, very stubborn, but you've improved. So I'm quite pleased. I've had clients who one session and boom, it's gone. And they've been really large, they've been there for many, many years. And then likewise, I've had clients whereby you need 2 or 3 and then they've gone. And then I've had clients even, the longest one has been nearly 2 years that we had to work with. But there was other health conditions associated with it. So not just as simple as, here's a verruca, your immune system is dandy. There was obviously compromised. And then that one did take a very long time, but it was so satisfying when it finally went. And they had like 7 on their feet.
Wow.
7 on one foot. And it ranged from here to down here on the heel. And it was really funny because all 6 cleared away really nicely. And the last one is what took the longest and it just did not want to move. It was being really stubborn and then unfortunately the person kept getting colds and flus and all sorts of stuff at the time, which always impacts the immune system once again. So your body's kind of going, well, a verruca is not really that important for me to clear. I need to make sure the rest of the body is fighting fit. So remember I said to you before, I was like, make sure your immune system's really strong.
Yeah, you did say that.
Sleep, eat healthy, drink lots of water, do all those good things that you probably heard everyone tell you like 1,000 times.
I've been trying.
Good. Fantastic. You got a nice rich blood supply coming through here, which is exactly what I want to see. Perfect. Right, I'm just going to put the chemical in that one as well,
Okay.
and then we'll do all the dressings for it. Do you feel any tingling at all?
A little bit.
Okay. On all sides or just a few?
Mainly the big one.
Maybe the big one? Yeah. And I will put the dressing in between the toes like you mentioned.
Yep.
Just so it kind of stays nicely in place. So do you want to remind everyone what you have to do as your steps?
I'm going to keep this on for about a week.
Perfect.
After that, I take off the bandages and the dressings.
Mm-hmm.
Salt water soaks for about a week, and then another treatment.
You are a star.
Thank you.
See, this is what we call a good client. Someone who pays attention to the rules and remembers them and does them religiously. Perfect. So I'm going to put it in between this space,
Yeah.
and I'm going to put it in between that space so it just really kind of holds on and stays in
Okay.
place. Probably feels strange to start off with, but you'll get quite used to it. And I like doing this especially when we have verrucas more so on the upper part of the foot. Why? Because that's the area that's the hardest to kind of keep the tape and dressings on, and this just helps provide it sort of like a, you know, you get like a flip flop and it kind of goes in between the big toe and just keeps it on. Same principle. There you go. So I'm going to put this one around here on the side. Let me know if it's too tight. Is that okay so far?
So far, yeah.
Good. And just one more around the other way
Okay.
to make sure you all strapped in. And as a reminder, if any of the dressings stop peeling, because obviously you're going to have it on for a full 7 days, okay? Now, naturally, we sweat, and believe it or not, we are having fantastic weather in London, so it's nice and warm. So just make sure that that does happen. Just put another sort of tape around the original dressing. Don't remove the original one.
Okay.
And any discomfort, because what normally happens is the closer we are to get rid of them, you do feel a little bit more. So as a reminder, no ibuprofen whatsoever. You may take a paracetamol, but nothing that's anti-inflammatory. Right, you're all strapped up and done, so we'll see you in 2 weeks' time, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.